Morning, everybody. Michelle here. I finally finished my my Boho-sized cookbooks. I've been working on them now for quite some time, so I thought I'd share them with you guys. I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. Well, to be honest, actually, it was supposed to just be one book, but it ended up being two because I had so many recipes. Anyhow, I'm going to just do a fairly quick flip through because it's mostly just recipes, but I'll just show you some of the decorating I did. So this is the book itself. This is the side view. This was all just one piece of fabric. It was probably a table runner or something. Anyhow, and then it's got all the danglies because I love the danglies. I did take the course, the Pocket Boho journals from Mrs. Cog, and she does a lot of she calls them drippings. Anyhow, they're one of my favorite things in journals are the little danglers. So that's why I took it, and that's why I decided to make the cookbook like that. Anyhow, it's been a long time since I've done a video. Just like all of you, crazy stuff going on here in my end of the world, and you know, just trying to keep it all together. Anyhow, okay, so this is the first book, and we'll just go in it. I want to make sure that you're in frame because my camera has got a slightly new setup, so it looks like you are. So I created a front pocket here. I have a tendency to go through magazines and books, and I pull out recipes all the time. And so I wanted to make sure that I had enough pockets. I put one in the front and one in the back to, you know, put my items that I just, you know, before I have a chance to print it off and put it in my book. So this is the first category: appetizers, dips, snacks, and spreads. And so this is the page here, and then I made a pocket here, and I added a bunch of these just kind of empty blank recipe cards just for jotting things down as I go. So, and it's already pretty packed, so I don't know, I may need to make a third. So I'll just go quickly. I'm not going to share every single recipe with you, but if you want to pause and write stuff down, I've got some of the best recipes. Honestly, I used to be I had my own little catering company, and I did all just appetizers. So I have a ton of delicious appetizer recipes, and so I still have more. I'm trying to get them all organized. The keepers, the ones that, you know, weren't so great. So what I did is I had an old cookbook that I wrote down all my recipes. So I kept some of the pages. Some of I created a little pocket here. Some of them I printed onto, like, all the different types of papers I have. Ledger paper, you know, blank music paper. I typed it onto little recipe cards. And then some of them I scanned them, made them a bit smaller, and then just put them in the book like that. And the way I am with recipes is I actually jot down notes all the time about recipes. So I wanted to make sure I had lots of space to write all my notes. And then these pages here, like all these kind of cardboard pages, are from a smash book I bought at, I think it was a Cane Company smash book I bought at Goodwill or something like that. Anyway, I pulled it. It wasn't written in, so I pulled all the pages out and used them as pages in the book. So yeah, like some graph paper. I used a typewriter font, and then I just printed it onto these pages. This was like an old, this was an index card that I tried some fussy cutting on, but I didn't want to throw it out, so I just wrote down my stuffed mushroom recipe. And so, and I used a lot of, like, this is index paper, or not index, ledger paper, and it was kind of thin, so a lot of them I reinforced the holes with the washi tape. you know, lots of abilities to leave notes. I did some decorating. This was the Scotch tape made with the Tim Holtz caramel colored alcohol ink. It is a bit dark, but that's okay. It goes okay with this particular scrap paper. I made a little pocket out of this one, put a little index card in there, but I think what I'll do is when I start using the recipes, I'll pull the recipe out to follow it. I won't leave it in the book because I feel like it's gonna, you know, the holes will get compromised too much if I keep playing around too much with it. This is an index, or an old ledger, like it's actually a vintage ledger book that I found with all blank pages. So it's really nice paper. And so, yeah, let's just go through, put some little tabs. Lets me know that it flips up. This one I just attached like that. This was one I had written down, and because I wrote it down and kind of did my own thing with it, I thought, well, I'll just keep that. Well, plus I was probably too lazy to to retype it all and print it, so I just did it like that. And then, like I said, lots of writing spots, and that one's just held on with washi. This one here's got a little pocket at the top, so you know, I could put recipes or notes in there. And this is just more, you know, just random pages I found in my stash. And I really like this, that ledger paper. This was a journal recipe from 2005. And so I kind of like the look of journal recipes, so I thought I would just keep it and just put it in the book that way. And you guys can see, I think. And then, you know, recipes that I've just written down, you know, if I don't know, got an idea or heard it online, or, you know, whatever. So I just jot it down, and so I thought, well, I'll just put those in. And we've got these little danglies at the bottom of this one. And yeah, so some of the recipes flip open. They're just on a little hinge. They don't have a lot of pockets within where the recipes are. Just like these main pages have the pockets. And I did a whole ton of these little, I think it's a hexagon. Hexagon, yeah. And like I did them with a lot of the boho fabrics that I have. So I used a few. This one here is a little tuck spot. Excuse me. And here's another page. This one is for beef, and it's got a little recipe card and that beautiful, gorgeous sari fabric. So this is more of like, it's like from an invoice book, but it's more like today, like it's not vintage. But I found a binder full of those, and I like the size. There's another, this is another journal, but I had another journal recipe. I don't have the date that it came out. Sometime in the 80s. Anyway, it was a pretty good, oh, look at that. Yes. Ad for cigarettes. Like, you don't see that anymore. So anyway, it was for these delicious meatballs. So I had to keep it. And then I've got more of my own recipes for other kinds of meatballs, and some areas I just put the paper, like I just put the recipe. I didn't decorate it. I didn't put it on a special page. This is from an old recipe book that, you know, used to come in the binder and used to get recipe cards. Anyhow, so I had some of those. This opens up to some writing space. This is the most delicious shepherd's pie. It's got curry in it. Oh, it's delicious. More sweet and sour meatballs. I don't know why I have two of those, but anyhow. And see more recipes that I've just written down. And then this one looks like just a section with all just paper recipes that I've just kind of put in there like that. This one's for beverages. It's got a little recipe card there. And then excellent summer drink. And this one here has this beautiful fringe, really pretty fringe. I bought tons of this years and years ago, and I really like using it on journals, actually. I think it's really pretty. And these cards I made some time ago too when I did my sewing themed journals. I had a bunch of these left over, so I thought I would use them for pockets. There's another recipe card. And yeah, and see, like, this is like, it was from a planner. So I just put two together, printed the recipe on there, and then just did some fun sewing around the edge. Another magazine recipe, another recipe with, you know, some washi to sort of, you know, give it a bit of a, give it its own little bling. And some more sewn pages. And then this is for breakfast. This one's got a little copper charm on it. It's fallen off twice now, so I think I'm going to have to rethink this charm, but I might put it on with a bulb pin right onto the tab. This is a pocket that I made, and I just put an index card in there for future recipes. This is, yeah, a recipe. And yeah, see, there's another one of those little hexies that I made just to sort of decorate the book. This one's got some little beads dangling. And another one of those, they were like journaling cards. So I just made it as pocket. And yeah, I'm looking for a really good salsa recipe to can. A friend of mine and I last summer did some salsa canning, and oh, I was not happy with the recipe at all. And I hate to admit it, but I got rid of the salsa. I tried to fix it so many times, but no, I was just done. Anyhow, so now I'm looking for a really good salsa recipe for canning. This is for casseroles. I have a video on my YouTube of me making these things. You know, like just kind of, not really collage, but kind of. And a recipe card there, tucked in. And there's another little skillet. A little black skillet dangling. And some more recipes. Handwritten recipes. More handwritten. And this another family favorite. This one's chicken. I made this envelope, oh gosh, when I first started junk journaling, like a couple years ago. And I never really liked it that much, but I couldn't throw it out. And I didn't use it in any of my other journals, so I decided to use it in here and put a couple of these sort of index cards with really cool coffee dyed designs on them. I really thought those were neat. And I think I've figured out how that happens. Another sort of ledger sheet, more of a today style. It's not vintage. And I decided not to coffee dye them, because I was kind of going for just a recipe book where you just kind of throw recipes in, you know, like not, even though there was a lot of thought involved, I didn't want it to look like there was a lot of thought involved, if you know what I mean. And a lot of these recipes are from when our kids were still at home. So if I made this in July 03, so, and everyone loved it. So, yeah, I think it's just a craft recipe for cheesy chicken and broccoli macaroni. So it was easy. My family liked it. So I thought, oh, I'm going to keep it. And that one's just put on with some washi. Put a little sari tab there. And so these are all just, you know, like just paper recipes, handwritten recipes, and more paper ones. This one here has washi. I actually typed or printed a recipe onto a guest check. And I thought that was pretty cool. Anyhow, that was fun. It's fun to try to figure out how to line that up with your printer. It does look like it ended up a little crooked, but it's okay. I like it. And then this one here for pasta, it's got these little danglies at the bottom. And then a little black charm. And then this is a pocket with some music paper and some piano paper and just a little bit of a collage. These are vintage coin wrapper paper, and I just really like the colors. And then I just put an index card in there for a future recipe. And then I think we're getting to near the end here. So this one just flips open like that on a hinge. And that's that. So the second book, oh, and this decoration here, I put it on this card, but I regret now. I wish I'd put it on the book, but I didn't. So I'm just going to leave it on the card. There's nothing back there. There's no pocket, no recipes, and I forgot to dangle a charm on there, but I will. So on the next book, and I should be able to go through it even a little bit quicker. The second book that I made, I put that back part right on the book itself, and are you there? You're there. And I like it better on here, and I kind of wish I'd done that. But like I said, it's done now. It's done. So that's the back pocket with a few recipe cards. And then we go to the front, and there's a pocket here in the front as well. And then this one starts with pork, and it's got this really pretty little tassel. So our Hudson's Bay here in Alberta had a big sale on jewelry one day, and all this jewelry, these used to be earrings. And it was all like for like 75% off. So I bought a whole ton of them, and I just took them apart because they're really cute tassels. And this is really pretty sari as well. I think you can see it. I have some sari fabric bundles in my shop right now. Now I don't know if it's got, I don't think they have the big wide one, but it has one similar to this that's like maybe just 1.5 inches. Like, it's not the width of this one. I didn't have enough of this stuff to put into the packages, but anyway, it's from this same dress, and it's really pretty too. Another hexagon. I'm not even sure. I kind of I made a lot of them, and then I couldn't figure out where to put them all, so I just started adding them on to things. And then this one's got some little sari sticking out of the holes on that side, which is, I think, kind of a neat little effect. And then some more of the, just kind of wild stitching. Not wild. It's actually completely planned, but I just went kind of curvy and, a few zigzags and then some straight stitching. So, pretty easy stuff. And there's another pocket with the music paper and the piano paper. This one has this one actually has a Braille index card, which is really, really cool, I think. I can't read it, but I almost wish I could. I think I would like to learn that. Anyhow, so also delicious salad dressing. And then some paper recipes, some more cardboard. This one, see, I just did some little, it's got a tab and a little piece of, actually this trim is from Sheila Gingrich, Boho Daydreams. She's on Facebook. She's got, I'm going to link it below. Sheila's Facebook page. I don't know if I've got a lot of her stuff in here, but I know that one is from her. So, yeah. So this is, I have to say, a lot of fun. This one here, okay, I'm going to tell you a story. I had it sitting down on my desk because I was working on things. And then I took a sip of my coffee, set my coffee down on top. Now, like you couldn't plan that. So I went and did it again in the corner up there, and I thought that was pretty neat. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one to ever do that, but that was one of those happy surprises. I really enjoyed that effect. Anyhow, some more of that, you know, distressed looking tape, which is quite dark actually. So I made some more of it, and I just put it on this kind of waxy paper, and so when I need it, I'll just be able to peel it off and cut it. And I like this one better. It's not near as dark as that one, so it still has a really nice aged look. Anyway, it's, yeah, so I'm gonna use that one for any, you know, up and coming recipes that I'm gonna use that for. So these little feathers, that same earring sale I was telling you about, jewelry sale, they were also earrings. And so I bought a ton of those because they're really cute. Then I have a little flip up pocket here with an index card. And this is a piece of fabric from a fabric sample book that I get from my friend. And another recipe card. Paper recipes. And, oh, this one's got still a lot of my, my catering recipes. Yeah, and this one's kind of, I really like this effect, just, you know, stitching the corners. Next time I do this one, I'm going to use a thicker thread because I would like it to be a little bit more noticeable. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's kind of cool. This was wallpaper, and so I just made a pocket out of it, added some little buttons, and put in an index card in there. And then it's got, you know, a piece of sari as a tab. This one wasn't Sheila's. That one was my own. And then this dangly trim at the bottom. And then just some, you know, crocheted little embellishment there. This one here, I don't know. I think I was probably trying to add some color, and I'm not sure. Anyway. And then that one lifts up. We've got lots of writing space. I'm a big fan of the recipe cards in here. And so I just put, you know, like, I just put it on a long strip to give it, you know, just to kind of anchor it, because when I first had it in here, I just had it with the one hole, and it was flopping around too much, and I didn't like that. So I anchored them. And another little tassel from an earring. Another one of the pockets and recipe cards. And this one is slow cooking, and there's no recipes in here. I guess I don't do a lot of slow cooking. But it's got, this is an old earring that I bought, I don't know, years ago. And then I took a lot of my old jewelry apart, and I'm using that. This is really pretty fringe. I don't know if you can see it, but it's so pretty. The color's just gorgeous. Oh, I have to pause. Okay, I'm back. My sister-in-law and her son just dropped off some Easter bunnies for us. It was really sweet. Well, chocolate Easter bunnies. Anyhow, okay, so I'll continue on. This page here, I put just a little pocket there, because that paper is so, you know, busy. I didn't want to add a busy pocket to the page. And then I just put a piece of this really cool, it's not yarn, it's not rope. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's really, like, it's kind of variegated, and the colors just seem to match really well. So I just put that down along the side as a bit of a decoration. This one here, Also a very good recipe if you don't want to use canned soup because of all the salt. I use this a lot. It's cream of something soup. And yeah, you can pause the video and write it down if you want. Or take a screenshot and print it, do whatever. But it's a good one. I would suggest, you know, if you want to stay away from canned soups. And then, yeah, so we just, lots of pages there. This one here is for spuds, and this has got the beautiful purple pocket. Oh, I think anyhow, okay, and that, sweets and desserts. It's got this really pretty little, looks like little candy, you know, like little bonbons. This one here, I put on a pocket. I meant to decorate it, and I kind of forgot, and so I just I just left it. I'm gonna put notes on it, is what I've decided I'm gonna do. Because I don't really want to decorate now because I feel like I'm done, so I don't want to, you know, start something. See, I did that with that, whether it's yarn or thread or whatever it's called. Aren't they cute? She's got a bunny on her head. That was a daytimer, actually, a daytimer page, and then I just printed a cookie recipe onto it. And butter tarts, very delicious. This one here I put like, it's like a little ruffle of the piece of sari that I have. That lifts up, and that one lifts up too. And more interesting paper, another from a magazine or something. And this one opens like that. It's got a piece of sari for a tab there. And then that opens up like that. This one opens up like that. And then, yeah, well, we're almost done, actually. This one here, actually, this is a batter recipe for 2 different types of cake. For lemony poppy seed tea loaves and for pineapple almond cakes. So I just kind of kept them together as a, you know, as one, and then just put them in there like that. And then that's it. That's the end. And this is kind of a pretty little pocket. I found this, this is tatted, and it was like, I don't even know if it was a napkin because it was double-sided. There had this one on the other side. So I just cut it in half and put it in here. I thought I put the other side in my other book, but I didn't. So anyhow, it was really pretty. The color is really nice too. And this is the back page, and it's got another fabric sample pocket from the fabric sample book, and that card in there, and then that's the back. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. That's it for now. Please stay well, stay healthy. We're all doing our best to get through this. Missing my kids. I don't like that I can't see my kids, but we'll get through this, and there will be better days. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.